There's lots of versions of cedar plank salmon. And pardon me, but I think this one is the best. And apart from delicious salmon, perhaps the most important part of cedar plank salmon is the cedar plank, which I've been soaking in my cooler for like 3 hours. Here's the deal. I use the pot to weigh it down. It has water in it. And here it is. Ready to go, ready to be cooked on. Look, you can do this with a small piece. You can do it with a one-person piece, a two-person piece. I like to use what generally is a whole fillet. It's just cook once, feed a bunch of people. It's a good way to go. So we take the salmon, and so take a look. I'm using skin off, right? There is no skin on this salmon. But I'll tell you this, if you use salmon with skin on the bottom, once it's cooked, the skin will stick and the salmon will come off perfectly and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we start with a little seasoning, and of course we use kosher salt. And I've said this often, you want kosher salt. There's no anti-clumping agents, there's no iodine. In fact, take a look. You can see how grainy it is. It's the one that almost every restaurant uses for super delicious cooking. We also give it some fresh ground black pepper. I also say that too. A pepper grinder gives you much better tasting pepper than a pepper shaker. Now for the couple of things that are a little different with this recipe than others. First thing we're going to put down is a little sriracha. Just a little sriracha. So on it goes. We're not trying to make it too spicy, but we are trying to make it too delicious. And now for the secret part that I love, Japanese mayonnaise. Look, I talk about it all the time, and a lot of people have written and said, tell me about it. What's the deal? This dog's barking. This is how it comes. And for mayonnaise fans, this is the one you want. And this is just gonna add one more layer of super delicious flavor. So we'll spread this around. Don't dirty another spoon, use the same one. Now what I like to do is like to add a little brown sugar. So here's what you've got. You've got the spicy of the sriracha. You've got the tangy of the Japanese mayonnaise. And the only thing that's missing from this little triumvirate is a little sweet. And this brown sugar is gonna add it beautifully. And once this is done, we go to the grill. My grill is on medium high, goes right in the middle. You hear it sizzling, and we close because we kind of want to cook it like an oven. At this point, I'm gonna go about 6-ish minutes for every inch of salmon. And this is fairly thin, so I'm gonna start checking it in about 5 minutes. Undercooked salmon is far preferable to overcooked salmon. Pull it off a little bit early and you're fine. If you need a temperature, I'm gonna say probably between 130 and 135 degrees and you're gonna be fine. Use a good instant read thermometer and you're there. Look how gorgeous that is. It's amazing. So let's take it off, shall we? So now, just let the smoke dissipate a bit because you don't want any of that in your eyes. And before I taste it, just let me show you the reason that I put it on this. Because if you bring it and try and put it right on the table, all of this black is going to be on anything you set it on. So don't. But I am a huge green onion fan, so we'll just litter the top with some of these. God, that is as pretty as a picture, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time. Look at, perfectly moist. That's gorgeous. One bite. One bite never hurt anybody, right? Rich, delicious, a little bit of heat from the sriracha. The mayonnaise tempers it down. And for people that are not fans of mayo, don't think this is going to taste like mayo salmon, because it's not. It just adds flavor. You would never know it's there. By the way, have you ever tried mayo on the outside of a grilled cheese instead of butter? Because you got to do it. It's so good. This is incredible. I want you to make this. And it's perfect for this time of year. I hear neighbors over there, it's, I don't know, 5:30, 5:45 at night. Over there, I should take this to them. Try this. It's so easy. Thanks for hanging out with us. Click subscribe. Then you'll be the first to know when we make amazingness like this.
Are they just coming out with forks for
I
bites?
gave them forks. Just don't have to.
No, do it up.
Oh my god.
You know what? Way less brown sugar, but I also added Japanese mayonnaise and sriracha.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's so good. And it's so good when it's like hot like this.
Oh,